He's on all over the courtroom. And that would take care of it.
Why don't we keep our voices down? When there's injustice, we say, speak out. This is injustice, as always. Injustice of this court proceedings.
No justice, no peace.
Fuck the police.
So yeah, no, I think Denver is
But they want Eric to be nice.
I don't know that they ever think.
Eric Brandt was just found guilty of disturbing the peace, sentenced to a $100 fine, Lindsay Flanagan Courthouse, Denver, Colorado. The prosecutors asked to give him 800 hours of community service. Somehow the judge denied that, thank God.
They're all pigs.
Still talking to the bailiff?
We're here with Pikes Peak,
Enemy fascists.
Fast, News Now Colorado, Abity,
Far more
Regan
dangerous
Benson.
than any person.
I just want to go on record to say that the prosecutor was a snowflake.
Yeah, the prosecutor's
She
asking
was very butthurt.
asking for 800 hours of community service to replace a $100 fine. That was their recommendation.
She objected like 4 times.
And then she tried to make it happen over and over. Unbelievable.
First notice, second notice, and she
Shoes are off, we're gonna go protest our TV.
Hang on, guys. I just want to say, I love all of you. I represent all of you.
Not me.
Most of you. I love all of you. I can only represent most of you. Hang on, let me just finish this.
Might there be better ways of setting up?
We love you, David.
Challenges
Thank you.
than randomly on the bus.
Yes, this is what I want to talk to you about. A little
Robert,
lesson.
this isn't the Robert
Hey,
Shea
listen,
show. Shut up.
listen.
Listen to it.
A First Amendment lesson, okay? U.S. Supreme Court says that there are different fora for free speech. There is what is called a traditional public forum, and that includes the parks, the sidewalks, and the streets. In order to shut you up in any of those fora, they have to have a compelling governmental interest. You can scream on the sidewalks of Denver as loud as you want, you know, and protest to your heart's content. They really can't stop you. And that's why we're going to federal court on various cases where you're protesting on the streets or you're doing First Amendment audits on public streets, parks, or sidewalks. Okay? But everywhere else, they can limit you and they can arrest you. For example, there was a case out of the 10th Circuit, which is controlling to us, where a union organizer was passing out leaflets at the Denver Center for Performing Arts under the atrium. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. And there was some concert going on, and he was objecting to the lack of union musicians that were playing. And the cop said, "Move along." And he said, "No, this is free speech." And they said, no, we don't care, move along. And he said, no. They arrested him. He got convicted. It went up to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. The 10th Circuit said, the vestibule area at the Denver Center for Performing Arts is not a street, it's not a park, and it's not a public sidewalk. Therefore, all they need to stop speech is a rational reason to stop it. Okay, and here it was disruptive to people getting into the concert, and that's a rational reason to stop it. So when you're on an RTD bus, you don't have the same free speech rights. Had Eric jumped off the bus and been standing on the sidewalk when he screamed, you know, RTD discriminates against the homeless, and then jumped back on the bus, no problem, no problem. His problem was he stayed on the damn bus, okay? So, streets, sidewalks, A-OK. Parks, no problem, okay? Everywhere else, they can come get you. And if they have a rational reason for having come got you, it sticks.
She didn't seem upset.
Can you comment on today's verdict and
I'm not
fine?
gonna argue the case, huh?
Can you talk about today's verdict and the fine?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of the war on the homeless. And I'm bitterly disappointed that this jury just went out and completely trash the Constitution in exchange for a little peace and quiet on a mall shelf. You know,
Well, that's where
we get the government we deserve in this country. This country has Donald Trump as president. Okay, we get what we deserve.
So Denver doesn't deserve
The
much.
democratic process is the democratic process, and if you want to vote away your constitutional rights, it's a tragedy. If you want to live in an authoritarian government, it's a tragedy. But if that's what the people want, the people are going to get it. And all we can do is protest, okay? And that's why I support all of you. You are out there putting your bodies on the lines to support a free government, to stop oppressing the downtrodden in society and the oppressed. My hat is off to all of you for that. So thank you. Okay?
Thank you for protecting us.
I'd like to actually give the final epitaph. RTD, apparently, I learned yesterday, is going to be removing the barefoot policy.
Great. All right. So that's a win after all of this.
Was the intention of the work.
So in other words, you won.
Hey, I got a quick question.
course I do.
Is the bus considered a limited public forum then?
I would think so.
Anything that is not
Okay.
a street, a sidewalk, or
Well, it's on
a
the street
park,
at all times. So I'm
no,
asking.
you being on the street is not the same as being in the street, okay?
All right.
You are riding a bus.